Hi guys and girls. I wanted to make a video discussing one of the key ways that you can lose weight, maintain muscle mass, and maintain high energy levels, including balancing your testosterone levels and estrogen levels. And that is by increasing how much protein you consume throughout a diet over a period of time. So, training back to the year 2020, and an old friend of mine, this is when I did some nutrition coaching, an old friend of mine connected with me and asked me to help him lose weight, and took him on board as a client, and over the next 7 months we helped him lose roughly 5 stone. We used NutriCheck as an app for his calorie counting, and every day he would send me his calories for the day. And the most important thing really for us was to increase his protein intake. And here's the reason why. So protein is, basically we're made of protein. The protein is made up of amino acids. And those amino acids do various things inside the body. One of those things is they help to repair muscle tissue. They help to, grow your hair, essentially. And loads of other things I'm not going to go into detail with. But essentially, one of the other things about protein is that it's a very kind of tightly knit molecule. And if you think about it like that, is an easy way of thinking about it, is it's so tightly knit that it's very difficult for the body to break it down and digest it. And so because it's difficult for the body to break it down, it requires more energy to break the protein bond down, the protein molecules down. And because it's difficult to break the protein molecules down, it requires more energy. You're burning calories while trying to consume that food. So you're burning energy, you're burning calories or whatever to break protein down. So you're basically essentially burning calories while you're eating. It's pretty cool, I think. And so we increased the protein intake, and over time he started to lose weight. His ideal gain was to lose 1 to 2 stone, but he's a very determined individual, and you kind of have to be. If you're looking to lose weight, you have to be quite determined. It's not going to work otherwise, because you're going to give up pretty quickly. And so he's a very self-motivated individual, and he wants to get back to marathon running, and he wanted to lose weight. He lost the 5 stone over 7 months by increasing his protein intake, and that was really the main driver for his weight loss. So a lot of people ask questions like, but isn't too much protein bad for you? And the first thing my head goes to really is, well, you have to define what you mean by too much protein. And most people therefore get lost because they haven't thought about how much protein is too much protein. They've heard 1 times body weight, 2 times body weight of protein, and then they also ask, but isn't too much protein bad for you? And again, there's all the science out there about, the pros and cons of too much protein, not enough protein, too many carbs, not enough carbs, too many fatty acids in the body, not enough fats in the body, saturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, monounsaturated fats, whatever it might be, and it's like, well, have you even counted your calories? And they probably say, oh, I have before. Well, how long have you counted them for? Oh, I don't remember, maybe a couple of weeks. Therefore, it's not substantial enough for you to ask that question, because if you haven't calorie counted for a long enough period of time that you remember that you counted for, it really has no meaning on you. Therefore, asking the question, is too much protein enough, isn't the question you need to be asking right now, because you haven't even tried it. You're just worried, and therefore that fear of not knowing how much protein to consume is stopping you from actually increasing your protein intake to lose the weight. And also because you probably don't believe that it works. You just think, well, that sounds way too easy. And it is too easy in the interim. It's very easy short term, but it's long term we're talking about. You could diet for a week and be like, oh, I'm going to diet for a week. But that excitement over that week period, because you're excited about that week, that 7 days, once that 7 days is over, you haven't given yourself enough time to be excited for the 8th day or the 9th day or the 10th day or the 11th day or the 12th day. And because you haven't given yourself enough time to think about the excitement of those days, it becomes boring. And most people won't do it if it's boring, because it's boring. We like excitement. And granted, this isn't for everyone. Not everyone will pursue a weight loss journey for a long enough time where it lasts longer. because they probably haven't found that internal motivation to want to do it. My internal motivation is to look after my family, to be a role model for my son. That's probably number one, actually. To look good in myself, to be confident, and to help other people. You know, those are my 5 reasons for following a healthy diet, for lifting weights, and for eating protein. I eat steak every morning with coffee. That's my go-to meal. Most people probably won't do that because it's unheard of. You know, why not just have cereal or toast or oats? Well, I could do, but I need to increase my muscle mass. I need to keep my protein level high and everything else. So I'm not going to really go much more into detail than that because I think it needs to be simplified enough that people understand it. But simply put, you know, especially if you're a dad in your late 20s, early 20s, late 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever it is, you know, this kind of thing doesn't really discriminate. Obviously, you know, if you're concerned, go to your doctor beforehand. Speak to your doctor and ask them, you know, how healthy you are, how healthy your gut is and everything else. But generally speaking, increase protein intake, okay, to burn calories, to rebuild your muscle, to repair your muscle, to maintain your muscle. Increase your protein intake. You'll feel fuller for longer as well. So your satiety rate will be higher. I hate saying that word because I always end up saying satiety and it's completely wrong. But your satiety rate will be up higher. And plus, steak tastes fantastic. Why you wouldn't want to eat steak? I don't know. I mean, I think steak's fantastic. So increase your protein intake. You know, chicken, turkey, red meat, and I'm pretty sure there's a few other forms of protein I can't think off the top of my head right now. But generally speaking, you know, turkey, chicken. Obviously, chicken breast is leaner than maybe chicken thighs and drumsticks, for example. So you can always mix that in with some, I mix my chicken breast in with salt and pepper, a little bit of Kerrygold Irish butter, and sometimes even a bit of taco mix or something, just a bit of powder, just to make it taste nice. And then you're sorted. So keep your protein intake high and you will lose weight over a period of time. Again, if you have any questions, I'm happy for you to ask down below. You know, kind of sort of work hard at it and go from there. So I hope this helps. Again, reach out to me if you have any questions.